So yeah, now let's get started with this stream. And hello guys, I'm back with another amazing topic. And in this evening, we'll be watching the topic about data breaches 101, why and how it affects the society. Many people would have known about the word data breaches, right? But many forget to understand what exactly a data breach is, right? So generally in the stream, we'll be looking on the questions of what is data breach, who is responsible for a data breach, how it occurs, and how it practically affects the society. And we'll end the stream with also some kind of real examples which happened few years ago. And without delaying, we'll get into the topic. Okay. Hi Nikita, good evening. So, what is data breach? So, generally, let's go with what data breach is, right? So, it is an incident where a particular sensitive data from an institution or an organization or might be a company, it gets stolen by someone and puts out in a public manner. So, to explain it simply, data is being stolen from some place and kept it somewhere so that anyone could access it freely or by paying some money. So generally, data is being given out in in exchange of some money kind of trade or something. Okay, so this generally happens due to many technical reasons as well as some personal vengeance reasons too. Okay, there is some term called PII data, which generally means personally identifiable data. When taking care of personal email IDs, phone numbers, address, martial data, and many of the personal data, right? These all include in the personal identifiable information. These are the information which could uniquely identify a person, right? So if there is a data breach occurred and there is some data in the name of Abhishek, right? You can particularly identify with the name that this is the data of the name called Abhishek. So these are the data which can be called as PII data, personally identifiable data. Okay. So these stolen data are not always publicly available, but what the hackers or some attackers do is that they steal the data from some place and keep it in a place that, depending upon their use case, they have it for selling or else they just dump it out in the public internet. This generally happens regularly in terms of internet. It is happening day to day in today's world. It is happening in every day. Okay, some company in some loop and corners gets affected by data breaches every day, and this is somewhat common. And we should also understand about how it occurs. So in the last time we learned about what cybersecurity is, right? To be simple, cybersecurity is something like a defensive mechanism which is implemented to a technology. And to the guys who haven't attended the last time, you can go and check out my YouTube channel. You can find the recording there. So yeah, so there is a defensive mechanism which is implemented in all the technologies. But in cybersecurity particularly, we can't say that every technology is 100% safe. Okay, this cybersecurity field is evolving bit and bit every day. So I am first time watching you. Where can I find your last session? You can find my last session recording in my YouTube channel. I have uploaded it there, and this will be also available in 2 days. So yeah, cybersecurity is a defensive mechanism implemented to a technology, right? And we also could not say that every technology is 100% safe, and the cybersecurity domain is evolving constantly. So new threats imposed every day. We can't say that this technology is safe today and it is unsafe tomorrow. Okay, it will be safe or as well as not safe because of evolving new attack strategies and new vulnerabilities arising at different places. So generally, data breaches occurs due to two ways. Okay, one is due to new arising of vulnerabilities or new malwares or something. To be to explain what a malware is, it is a software which is intentionally built to do damage to a certain place. Okay, it is a set of code which will just cause damage to the particular organization or a specific place, and it is the use case why a malware is built for. So sometimes the working employees or the working professionals, they all tend to get manipulated easily, and they kind of open some kind of unwanted files in their authorized organization, which will lead to be compromised. The system will be compromised, and the data which are and all available on the particular system, or the accessible data on the particular system, will be accessible to the hacker as well. He'll be taking the data, and he'll just run away. Okay, this is what data stealing is. And the person who got the data, he may do anything with the particular data. He may dump it out, or else he can sell it with some other attackers as well for some exchange of money or anything. This is what happens when data breach generally occurs. So this is generally unavoidable, because since the cybersecurity field is evolving drastically, we can't avoid this data which is happening. But what we can do is we can try to be safe from data breaches from happening. Okay, we have few more questions here. How do these attacks happen anyways to be safe from data breaches? Using different passwords. Yeah, I'll come to this question. What is data breach? So data breach is generally that a data is stolen from an organization or institution, and which has been put out for sale or something, or dumped out in public place. Public place in the sense it is a public internet. Okay, so simple, your data has been given to someone else. This is what data breach means. To explain this answer, using different passwords. So you can't not every organization is safe from this attack. There are organizations which is safe from these attacks. You can't say that password is the only having different password is the only way of being safe from this attack, because there is a mechanism called hashing. Okay, what hashing does is, when you enter some text. So let's take an example as Apple. Okay, and there is something called hash function. Hash function is a technical function which will be converting this word apple into some kind of random unique word. Okay, so when a password is stored in a database, the password will be stored as a hash string. Okay, which will be not as apple. If the password is apple, it will be not stored as apple, it will be stored as some unique different string. So in case of data breach to that particular company, your password might be leaked, but the attacker would not know that it was Apple. Okay, so the password is not the only case here. We should also care about some other personal information getting leaked out. Some other personal information in the case, your username, your passwords, and your email IDs, and addresses, payment details, and these are the things which you should consider it as well. And how can we overcome? Yeah, I will be answering these questions in upcoming things. So let's move on. And so there is a technical happening for this data breaches, that new vulnerabilities arise every day, and that is the cause for data breaches. As well as there are some more reasons which would also cause in data breaches. This is like there is a attack called insider leak. Okay, in the insider leak attack, what is that? There are a lot of companies. We can't assume that every employee is loyal to that company, right? Some might join the company in order to destroy them. Some might be loyal as well. I don't blame everyone. There are possibility that not everyone is loyal to the company. Some of the authorized employees also sometimes involved in such data breaches. They just access those data and put it out, because in nowadays internet, it is possible to stay anonymous in some kind of places. So such people could also do such attacks internally. And there are also some kind of physical theft is also possible, that some of the data which are been stored on physical devices would been stolen in some common place, or might the owner would leave it somewhere else. This is not this kind of physical theft is it is not large data. It might be small data, like carryable movable data through hard disk or some kind of storage devices. So this is how data breaches occurs in this world, and generally what company do after a data breach. Okay, if a data breach occurs to an, what are the common reason of data breaches? Yeah, I'll tell that. Once a data breach occurs to a company, the company will have a log record. Okay, log is something that it will be tracking up all the process done in the company internally. And once if a data breach occurs in a company, they'll be looking around the logs. Okay, they'll be backtracking what went wrong in this company so that this breach would have been avoided. This is what they do after a data breach occurs. They'll find out why this happened, and they will be contacting the respective persons. They'll be taking severe actions as well, and they'll be building up some safety measures so that this doesn't happen again. So, what if data breach occurs, or why should we care about data breach generally? So many would have been cared about phishing hacking, right? It is like phishing is something like you will be faked upon some of the websites of some fake things. It is about phishing, and there are a lot of such kind of manipulative attacks. Let me give a short example of that. Instead of hacking the technologies in nowadays world, hacking the people is very easy, because like people are not properly analyzing what they are looking into. They are just blindly believing everyone, and this is a common issue in today's world. And this is why many attacker become rich through these kind of attacks. So major attacks have the resource pool from these databases, right? So let's take you are getting manipulated through a malicious email, and where do these attackers get this email ID from? The common resource pool is data breach. Okay, data breach leads to leak of user addresses, user names, user email IDs, user phone numbers, and lot of payment details, card details. Everything is leaked in data breach. So attackers go and approach those data breaches. They collect the information they want, and they attack everyone. And the persons who get manipulated through those emails or calls or something, they fall into the trap of that attacker. And this is what happens in today's society. Okay, so how can we avoid this? Avoiding this is bit very easy, but the thing is that many of them should be careful about what they are sharing and what they are doing in the internet. Okay, when you use the internet for your productivity purpose, you will be using it for only those kind of things. Okay, you should not go into a wronger place for unintended actions, and you will generally make it like you are not put into the trap easily, but you will go and fall into the trap if you don't analyze yourself and use the internet properly. And general cybersecurity awareness is enough for being like safe from these kind of attacks. But the problem is that not only individual people get attacked, there are a lot of organizations are getting attacked as well. So the organization owners or the decision makers should have some budget allocated for those working employees to get educated with those kind of attacks and those kind of knowledges, so that this doesn't happen in their particular organization. And the problem is that if a data breach occurs, it is sure that the company is going to lose in millions. Okay, so instead of losing in millions, the company could allocate some kind of budget for this awareness building, which will prevent those employees from getting attacked through those attacks, as well as the company will be so safe from the data breaches, which will hold the name of the company. This is what it is needed, and this should be cared upon things regularly. And which is like many of them are not doing, then the awareness is just building up right now. So you can, it will be happening in coming years. Many budget will be acco- will be allocated for those kind of things. What do you think of the hacks on blockchain? How will it impact Web3 adoption? So even blockchain is a separate part from cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is not a single leaf; it is a tree. Okay, there are vast kind of things are available on cybersecurity. Everything is different from one another, and everything has a impact itself. Okay, it is a separate topic, and I will make a separate stream for that as well, for web 3 and blockchain things. So what is next? And now we understood about what a data breach is, right? So data breaches and how it affects our society, and what are the problems, general problems with our society on these data breaches. No, I'll just try to no, I'll just share my screen and just show you some of the data breaches which occurred some years ago, and you can just see at how the data got leaked out. Share screen. So I believe that my screen is visible for you guys. And you can see that this is just a top 5 data breaches which had occurred in 2021. And Domino's is a pizza place, and MobiKwik is a payment processing portal, and Facebook, you all know guys, it is a social media platform, and Air India, which is airlines, and Upstocks, which is related to stocks and trading things. So these are the major data breaches which occurred in the year of 2021, and you can see that the size of the data is very huge, right? You can see so you can see that 18 crore order details have been leaked from Domino's, 10 crore user details have been leaked from MobiKwik, and these are the causes which happen due to the data breaches. And I'll show you example of Domino's data, and this is a screenshot of the database leak, which was been hosted in an Onion site. Generally, the things which would be hosted in deep web end with the extension of .onion, and the data was being uploaded in those sites, and you are actually able to see those data in the leak. And this is an example data of Domino's. You can see that mobile ID, linked mobile address, email address, and the number of orders, and the total amount spent, delivery address, delivery location, and address. You can see that lot of personal information have been leaked, right? So this is what the problem in data breaches. Though these kind of information get to be leaked in this leaked through this data breaches, and the attackers claim those information and try to attack you in different ways, right? So through this attack, the attacker would have got the email ID and the phone number as well. So if you are a manipulative person, the attacker would have called you personally, and could have manipulated you. So this is how the attacker escalate with those information. And next we'll go with MobiKwik. MobiKwik data was also uploaded to an Onion site, which was years ago, and you can't find these data right now. It would have gone down. So just understand that this is possible, that your data would be going public if you are not concerned about what is happening in the internet, or what you are doing in the internet. And then this is the data which got leaked through Facebook, and Facebook has leaked out phone numbers and name and user IDs. This is not a high secure high important information, but this is also a personal information which should be protected from attackers. So you can see that practically these are the things which gets leaked when a data breaches occurs. And so this is what happens things, okay? So data breaches being happening in this society is very common, and being cautious is enough to be safe from these attacks. And yeah, this live stream is about data breaches, and we are done with the stream. And in the next week, I will be back with another interesting topic. And until then, this is Abhishek signing out. Bye.